Hi everybody! So, as you probably saw from the title of the video, I am going to be making a bunch of tiny little birds, because why not? And I decided earlier today that it would be really fun if I did that in under an hour. So, I'm gonna try my best and we'll see how that goes. So the things I will be starting out with to make my good old-fashioned little birds is a bunch of paper clay and some water, and that's it, because why not? Also a timer for 1 hour. And to give a little bit more of an accurate example of what I am doing, I will be making a bunch of these tiny little guys and just trying to see how many I can make in an hour. My hope is 100, but chances are not likely. So we'll see. Well, actually, I make a lot of them really fast. So maybe I can make more than 100. Maybe I could make a treasure trove. We'll find out. So I began this process with a bit of my clay, and I just started jamming it and getting that water right in there, because working with dry clay is not fun. But quickly I realized that I remembered one thing that I actively dislike about paper clay. Now, on most other aspects, paper clay is fantastic. It dries really fast, you don't need to cook it. I mean, it's recommended that you put it in an oven for a little bit if you don't have any unsafe material, because then it, prevents cracks. But at the scale I'm working with, it's not really a problem. And it's just overall a pleasant experience. Aside from the texture on your hands. Now, if you have ever worked with this, you would understand. And if you're looking at the video right now, you can see what my hands look like. Now, think of that, except it's dry paper on your hands, and you can feel it the entire time. It gets so cakey on your hands that it, restricts your movement. You can't move your hand as well as you could, because your hand, there's a paper piece of armor on your hands. If you have any texture problems, I probably don't recommend this clay, but if not, go ahead. It is amazing. I love it. It's one of those things where, there's a downside and an upside to almost every clay, and I think there's almost all upsides, aside from the fact that you probably shouldn't get it wet, and, that one downside is that it feels awful on your hands every time you use it. But man, I love it. There's a reason why I keep making things out of this gosh darn stuff. Now, as you may have noticed in the background, while I was ranting, really, about the clay, my process for making these is just rolling them into little teensy little balls, grabbing the edges with my hands and just shaping out the beak, and then squishing the backside to create this fun little tail. And then I just set them down and they're done. They are such a quick process, and I love making them because it's so fun to just see how quick I can make such cute tiny little birds. It brings me joy. So much joy. So after finishing 1 hour, I have counted up how many birds I made, and it seems like I made 68. I hope I counted right. Some were a little better than others. Like, I really like that one, but let's see. This guy, knocking him down. He's a little funky. He's a silly little guy. But I also, I got kind of obsessed with this a shape of bird. It's very silly and I love it. So I made a couple more of them. Wait, where are they? I guess they're more like this. But I guess this is my silliest guy. I love him. I love him so much. Anyways, I guess 68 is the number of birds I can make. Nearly 70. I kind of wish it were an even number, but chances of that were pretty small, considering. So that was the challenge of making 100 birds in an hour, but I made 68. So it didn't really work, but in the end, I got some goodies. And if you want to see me... And this right here is the moment I realized that I should write a script before doing each portion of a video. I lost my wording. And if you would like to see me do something similar to this again, I guess subscribe. And if you want to see me paint them, tune in next time, because... because I will be painting them.